Hi, this is Genita Mason. I'm the Medical Director for the Biosanctuary. In this video, I'm going to show you how to bubble things. I'm going to show you how to bubble water with ozone, and I'm going to show you how to bubble oil with ozone. When you're bubbling water, you want to use distilled water, and when you're bubbling oil, you're going to want to use extra virgin cold press, okay? So let's start with water. We have our ozone machine all set up. We got the oxygen in, and we have our stopcock on, okay, the output. So you always want to connect the ozone out of the machine into the input that goes to the long straw with the diffuser on the end. Of course, you know, if you have it hooked up wrong, it'll let you know right away because you won't be bubbling anything. So, so you hook that up to the diffuser, and then the output is going to go to what's called an ozone catch. And all that is it's a charcoal chamber that stops the ozone from going into, diffuses the ozone and stops it from going into the atmosphere. So that's how you're going to bubble water. Now, when you bubble water, you know, there's different potencies that people desire. There's a document attached to these videos that you can refer to for all treatments, most all. And so you want to refer to that to find the potency that you want. Once you know the potency, you refer to this chart, and it'll give you your oxygen input level, okay, liters per minute, that you want to set your oxygen source to, and your output level, ozone potency output level, okay? So, so that's I don't think it could be easier. So next I will show you how to do the oils. The breathing ozone oil is extremely good for the lungs, especially when you're suffering that very now common inflammation of the lungs when you get a virus. So so it's really good to have this on you know, handy. And there's a few different ways of doing this, which I'll share. So both of these ends are female here, your little adapters, and if you buy Promo Life, everything is already attached. So you want the output of the ozone to go into the input of the ozone chamber, okay, and that's the one with the short straw, and that's just going to collect and concentrate a good robust plume of ozone to go into your oil chamber and then to come out to your cannula, okay. Now again, you know, I am a healthcare provider, so I push envelopes. I know how to assess people. And I do want, you know, the at-home user to get the best possible benefit, you know, in the treatments that they set up at home. So I'm going to say a few things that's going to push the envelope a little bit. Remember, you're doing this at your own risk, so always check your own, you know, limitations. Your body, listen to your body. Your body will tell you. But what I do, you know, when I need something like this, which it's been a while, of course, but the way I've done it, and I did it with patients back when I used to use this kind of equipment, and now I have 10 passes and e-booze and stuff. I have my clinic. But yes, you know, when you're starting, you use the cannula, all right, and do find, you know, the concentration that you're looking for breathing ozone, and you will adjust your output here and your input per the chart here once you know the potency. And use your cannula, all right? And, you know, get 10, 15, 20 minutes is good to be on. Now, there's a couple of different ways of doing it with a mask, okay? The only thing you have to be careful of is it's pretty potent, okay? You want to go a few minutes and then see how you do, and go a few minutes and see how you do. But that's the way I do it, so just be careful, okay? So anyway, if you're doing it with a mask, I do tend to prefer to do it with the bigger bubbler. It allows for more oxygen in there, so the mixture is better. So you can use a mask, and you just set it up the same way, but with the big guy here, you would just, let's see, you just put the input here, again, the long straw here, and of course, you know, you want your oil in there. These are brand new, so I'm not going to put oil in there for the demonstration. But put your oil in there, about halfway, and then this goes out to the mask. All right. Now, let's talk about ozonating oil as an antiseptic for wounds and such, or treating like skin cancer, things like that. Any topical, skin disorder, the ozone oil is very, very good for that. And so what you do is, find your potency. I just blast it, 100%. It's on the skin. What harm is it going to do? I mean, it can dry the skin out. It can, do things like that. But I always go for, the most I can get. So let's see, where am I? Start over. So now, for bubbling, you want to use the small guy. The big one, trying to bubble big, I don't recommend it because you're going to have it's going to take a day or two, okay, with these home units, it takes like a day or two. And then the cleaning is just brutal. So I don't recommend using the big one. Make small batches, okay? You shouldn't need a lot of it. So I'm going to go back to, it's like a little Lego set here. Now, when you're bubbling oil, you don't need to use the ozone chamber here. You can actually go directly in. Find my way around this. So you go directly from the ozone generator into the long stem of the oil chamber, the oil bubbler. Okay, and now, of course, you're not going to need your cannula. You're going to put your bubbler, your ozone patch. There, because this is going to be bubbling for a while, so you definitely want to be using your ozone catch because it could overnight. It varies how long it can take. You use your boost, of course, get the most strength out of this that you can, the most potency, the highest potency that you can to bubble your oil. All right. So so that's I think about it. It's straightforward, pretty simple. I just enjoy doing this. I hope you found it helpful. All right, this is Genita Mason, Medical Director of the Biosanctuary. In the next segment, I'm going to explain how to cup, all right, your various options with cupping ozone. All right, see you then. Bye.